At the start of a fresh wipe, PvP can be the most challenging thing that we face. Although, once we start to unlock level 2 traders, that will make things a lot easier for us. In this guide, I'm going to be showing you some of the best gun builds that you can make with level 2 traders that is going to help you to be able to win a lot more of your gunfights with ease. But before we get started, be sure to get subscribed to make sure you don't miss out on any future guides. So once you hit level 15 and you're starting to get a bunch of traders up to level 2, this is going to make things a lot easier because you're going to start to have access to a bunch more attachments and some certain more powerful weapons. And now once you do this, you're going to be able to put together a lot more weapon builds. Now the first one I'm going to show you here is going to be my PP19. And there's really not too much done to this build besides the suppressor and the sight, although this is going to be a relatively cheap and super low recoil SMG that's going to be great for close quarters, and it's also going to be silenced. Now, once you hit Trader level 2, you can go over to Peacekeeper, and he is going to have the SRD9. And all you got to do is buy this for 248 USD, put that on, go over to Prapor, and I recommend that you buy this sight right here. And once you do that, that build in total is only going to cost you, let me see how much this weapon costs. In total, that's only going to be around 50,000 rubles, and you are going to have a suppressed, fully automatic SMG. You buy yourself 2-3 mags to take into raid, and you are going to have something that is going to be able to mow players down with ease, and it's going to be completely silent. So as you can see here, for the price, this gun is extremely accurate. The next weapon is going to be the MP45. Now, personally, I prefer this over the PP19, mainly because of the fact that it shoots 45 ACP rounds, and that slightly slower fire rate, honestly, I feel like makes it a little bit more accurate. Now, another reason I also like this is there's a lot more customization options over the PP19. Now, as you can see here, I have put on the Balder Pro tactical flashlight with laser combo. Now this is great because it's going to allow you to switch between flashlight and laser, so you can hip fire or also be able to see, depending on what you need at the time. Now I also threw on the AK4 tactical foregrip. That's just going to help with recoil a little bit. And then as you can see on the barrel here, I put on a suppressor. Now this is also going to be able to be bought from Peacekeeper level 2. And that is going to be, let's see, right here. Now this is going to cost 362 USD, so it's going to cost a considerable amount more than the PP19s. Although, like I said, it comes down to preference, but personally I prefer the UMP over the PP19. So as you can see, at close range it is very accurate, although at longer range it definitely does taper off. So for my next build, this is going to be for when you're a little bit longer range, but you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit higher caliber. Now with level 2 traders, it's still a little bit difficult, but you're able to get a pretty decent AK. Now I always go with the AK74 because it comes with this stock. Now this stock here is going to give you approximately 6 or 7 more ergonomics than the rest of them. So in my opinion, it's definitely going to be worth it for like the 1 or 2 recoil difference. But the first thing I always put on is going to be the AK-12 pistol grip. It's going to be very cheap and it's going to improve the ergonomics. And the next thing, I always go for the RS-47 handguard, which is going to be pretty much the only thing we're going to be able to buy to put on this right now. But this is going to be from Peacekeeper level 2. And on there, we're also going to put the RK4 like before. That's from Skier level 2. The Balder Pro, which I believe is from Skier 2 as well. In the DK-1 muzzle brake compensator. Now that's going to help our accuracy quite a bit, and I believe that's also going to be from Skier level 2. And for the sight, personally I use the Axiom Cobra, but you're going to be able to use basically whatever sight you want on all of these builds. This is just pretty much my sight of preference for cost and just what I have access to right now. So as we come up to the first one here, you can see we hit almost all of our shots and they're all grouped very well. And even as we come to the further back ones, they're all still grouped very well, and we hit almost all of them, even with this pretty budget level 2 AK. For my fourth and final build here, I'm going to have the M4. And this is going to be a relatively expensive build, but this is going to be super effective and very low recoil, and it's also going to have a suppressor. Although the suppressor is going to be the one item that you will have to buy off the flea market, or you could just feel free to run it without. Now, I'll also note, once again, for the sight, you can use whatever sight you want. For this, I just have a tan EXPS, just to kind of match with the rest of the gun. But for the stock, I'm going with the Chris Defiance DS150 in tan. I'm going with the MIAD pistol grip in tan as well. For the mag, we're going with the see-through tan, and that's just going to allow us to actually be able to see the bullets, and that's also going to increase our ergonomics, so that's going to be very helpful. For our handguard, we're going with the MOE SL, and we have that in tan as well. For the pistol grip, we're going with the Daniel Defense Enhanced M-Lock, and this is also in tan, well, coyote brown, whatever you want to call it. We've got an MK12 gas block. For the suppressor, I went with the Surefire tan suppressor. Now, this is really going to be the best one for the gun, but there are other tan suppressors or even black. Pretty much just use whatever you can find the cheapest on the flea market. That's really what I recommend. I continued and I went with the Balder Pro tactical flashlight, but I had to put an M-Lock 2.5-inch rail on that to use. But this M4 overall is super good, and I would strongly recommend you giving this a try no matter what. So hopefully by this point in the video, you've got yourself a couple of extra gun builds that are pretty cheap to build, that are definitely going to help you to be able to win a bunch more of your gunfights, and not be completely breaking the bank or using the flea market to have to buy everything. But if this video helped you out, please be sure to smash that like button, and definitely get subscribed because I've got a ton more guides coming very soon. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.